The time is 12:30 a.m. I am eating and I am making, well, I'm writing an essay. It's a medical essay for a client, and I can't sleep because I'm so excited. So I've been gathering my resources and I'm gonna be beginning to write it after I finish eating. Also, I have to, or I've been trying to find music to write along to, and I've not been able to find anything. But yeah, the food is nice. I made spaghetti stir fry. It's so good. It has chicken and prawns in it. I'm not tired. I just finished my exams today. Well, yesterday, since today is a new day. I finished my exam. I was so upset after I finished. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. But now I'm unable to sleep, so I figured I should just, because it's 3,500 words, I figured I should write it now. So tomorrow, if I feel lazy, I'm not pressed. Have you guys listened to the new Rihanna song, Lift Me Up? I listened to it in the morning and I'm saying it now and I'm not happy with it. Is it because, I don't know what that, is it because it's a funeral song? Well, it's not a funeral song, it's in honor of Chadwick, but it's not giving. Something about it is just, I don't know. And why is it so flat? Like the entire song is just, I don't know. I don't like it. The cover is nice. Also, yeah, the cover is nice. I think that's all I can say about it. Anyway, let me find something to play. One thing I want to be careful of as I grow more into myself is that I remain who I am. And the person I am is a very bold, confident, outgoing person. I don't want to ever find myself in a position where adulthood or responsibilities or mental health issues force me to, for an example, isolate or to not experience situations because, well, life is happening, you know. I think when I would allow such things to happen, that is when I would be losing myself the most. So part of my priorities going forward is just really going for things that I want to do. And at this particular point, the thing that I really want to do is pursue things that scare me. And you know, I was reflecting on my goals for the year, and I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, you haven't done half of the things that you've said you're going to do. And I was prepared to just tear down the whole page and just start afresh and be like, okay, this is what we're going to be doing in 2023. But I decided instead that because the year is long, the year is still long. I know it feels like the year has already ended, but when I started doing the things that I should have done in June and I should have done in March, I realized, oh, I still have time. And isn't it crazy? Why am I feeling so rushed for goals that I've set for myself? I mean, I set the goal. I could just extend the time period by which I should achieve it, right? And also, just because I said this, I've set down the goal this year doesn't mean that I need to perform it this year. You know what I mean? So that's the thing as well. With coming into myself, I want to be in a position where I don't blackmail myself, or I don't set myself up to fail and then come back and berate myself because I expected so much from me. But even when I've expected so much from myself, I still did not do enough. You know what I mean? So the coming into myself is also the part of gentleness that I'm trying to personify to myself as well. To say, no, look, things can be slow and things can take time. And it's okay. As long as it's in your mind and it's in your goals, you can always achieve it. It's not like if I just put it, or if I write it down somewhere, I think about it and I don't perform it, then, you know, it's never going to happen ever. It's going to happen, but it's just going to take, I don't know, time, or it's going to take a certain level of motivation from myself, or a certain level of discipline that I've evidently not portrayed. But as time goes on, it's going to take something. If it's really something that I'm passionate about, or something that I should be doing, then at some point something will happen. Why? Why does it feel like I'm encouraging myself to not do things? I'm not, but I'm also not encouraging myself to force myself to do things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in this line where doing it and not doing it should not mean I should beat myself up. You know what I mean? Someone was telling me yesterday that you love Mondays, bruh. Why are you feeling so bad about things you haven't achieved in 2022? You love Mondays. How many Mondays do we have left out of 2022? And I was like, you know what? You're onto something. There's a lot of Mondays remaining. And I like beginnings like that. I'm even excited for the new year, even when I feel like I've not done my best this year. So, Monday is coming. Another Monday is coming, and another Monday is coming. And by the time the first Monday of 2023 comes, I would hopefully be feeling better about how I'm feeling now. I don't even know what this is about, but I think 2023, not 2023, Monday is gonna come around, and we're gonna figure it out on Monday. You know what I've been thinking about? I think we should chill out. We need to chill out. Just calm down a bit. If you are in your teens or in your 20s, yeah, in fact, if you're in your late teens and you're in your 20s and you're feeling like, oh my goodness, my life sucks, I don't know what to do with my life, everyone else seems to be knowing exactly which path they should be taking, and you're beating yourself up because it feels like your entire life is a failure because you can't figure out which university to go to, or what course to do, or what career field to get into. I need you to chill out. And this is a note to myself as well. Let's chill out, okay? Because I saw, in fact, such a comforting tweet the other day where these 30 and 40-year-old ladies were saying that, I think the tweet was somewhere along the lines of, ladies, give 20-year-old or give younger women advice. And the women, they were saying that it never feels like you've got it all figured out. Others were saying, I'm 42, I've just quit my job as a doctor, and I'm now just figuring out what I want to do. Others are like, I went to this university and now I'm only starting my business now in my mid-30s. And others are like, well, I'm still figuring it out. That's the thing. We don't have to figure out our lives now. We have the rest of our lives to live, and we have, if God allows and we live up to 70, 80 years, and imagine, if you're in your 20s and you're stressing, or you're feeling like your life is doomed because you don't know which course to take in university, you still have like 60 decades to live. Like, you may not even want anything to do with that course to begin with, or that degree in total. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying don't take seriously the things that you are pursuing, or don't just get into university for the sake of getting into university. I'm saying we need to chill out. We need to chill out. It's not the end of the world to make a mistake about the degree that you're doing, or about not going to university, or about not doing things that you feel like people your age should be doing. Because we speak a lot about wanting better for ourselves, but in the age of social media, where you consume on a daily content of people that seem to be doing so well, people that seem to have their life figured out, we tend to gouge ourselves against their achievements, especially if those people are your peers. If your peer is, if you're 21 and you're watching other 21-year-olds get degrees and get cars, you start wanting to also set goals for yourself that would require you to have a degree and a car. In fact, because now you're already 21 and you don't have a degree and a car, you start feeling like a failure. I've seen people even compare themselves to their parents. My mom at 22 was married with 2 kids and had a car and was a nurse. I'm 22, I still live at home and I don't even have a pet. And I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? Why do we do that to ourselves? Do I sound frustrated? Probably because I am. I'm frustrated because I also, although I'm aware of how problematic it is, I also sometimes find myself in positions where I'm like, why is that person the same age as me, but they seem to have it all figured out? You know what I mean? But fortunately, I recognize when I do such and I call myself to order very quickly and I'm like, ma'am, no, we're not about to do that. Especially because in the days of social media, people only show you what they want you to see. People are not going to show you their struggles and are not going to show you how they got frustrated or how they got financially excluded in university. You're just going to see the part of them going to university and posting and checking in, or you're just going to see the part of them graduating. You probably, for the most part, we never know what it took for that person to acquire that degree. But we sit somewhere and we feel like, oh, wow, it seems so easy. Oh, she's so lucky. Oh, I'm such a horrible person. My peers are doing that and I'm not doing that. No, we don't know each other's journeys, but the thing that we know is our own journeys. And why am I sounding motivational? I was not intending for this to sound motivational, but the only person that you really know, you really know in the whole world is yourself. And you know the capabilities that you have, and you know the goals that you can achieve and the goals that you're most passionate about. And once you stop looking around, stop checking what else other people your age are doing, you can start like really doing things that you're passionate about. You see how other people, when others finish their degrees, they go to the workplace. Others decide to finish their degree and travel. And back then, right now not so much, I think because of social media as well as YouTube, people would look down on people when they would just decide to not work. I mean, you've had such a difficult and long struggle in university. People should be encouraging you to travel if you have the means to do so. But people that have been doing so, or people that have decided to not go straight into the job market after university, have always been seen as irresponsible. But I like those kind of people, or people that would leave high school and just decide to do whatever they want. They go to work. Others just decide to stay at home and just think. They're like, I'm thinking. You know, the gap year thing starts as a thinking phase. You're like, I want to figure out what I want to do. All of a Sunday, that person no longer goes to school. They don't care about university anymore. And they are so fulfilled. They are so pleased with their lives. And it's usually the people that are in university that would shun them. Like, oh my God, you're wasting your life away. Yet we're also having our own struggles in university to a point where you even wish you had not even enrolled in the first place. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes we must also be bold enough to just walk away from the norm. Because the norm usually just... the norm is not nice. The norm is just... And here's the thing about it as well. It is not a norm to have 21-year-old millionaires in a way that we see today in the age of Forex and all these other platforms that are able to enrich people very quickly. It is not a norm, but everyone is aiming to become so. And as a result, because we can't all have the same talents. If someone is talented at making money, or they're just fortunate and their ancestors are working overtime, and you also want to follow in their footsteps because you're feeling like all 21-year-olds are into this and are into that and are into that, and you don't do well in that thing, you end up just feeling like shit because you're not following your own passion. You're just following what appears to be the norm at that particular time. So I think the message here is just, let us find our own paths, be gentle on ourselves, not allow ourselves to bully ourselves. Let's not bully ourselves for dreams and goals that may not even be ours to begin with. Perhaps I should also reflect on that, and I would encourage you to also reflect on that. Like the things that you want and the goals that you want to pursue, how much of those are things that you really want to do, and how much of those are influenced by the stuff that you consume on a daily on social media. And you know what I mean? I think we are going to realize, if we do that, we're going to realize that, oh, this is where I'm failing, and I'm failing because I'm attempting to do something that I have no business doing. Why are you learning about something, or not even learning? Why are you attempting to do something that you know you're not even interested in? But because you're inspired by so and so, you think, oh, if I follow just their footsteps, like if I try to do literally everything that they did, then I'm going to become as successful as them. Not taking into account that you can be inspired by a person but not live their life directly as they do. Never mind that you cannot live someone's life in exactly in the way that they do, because you're obviously different people. But the point I'm trying to make is that you can be inspired by someone but not want their life like 100% as it is. When you're inspired by someone, you should be like, oh my God, I like how you pursued your dreams. I like how you're able to just apply yourself to your dreams. And you're like, okay, take that, and you're like, okay, here are my dreams. I would like to apply the same work ethic so and so applies to their dreams. And then I think that's how inspiration works, isn't it? I think that's how it works. Let's be inspired, but let's not try to be the same people as others, because it's not going to be possible. There's always just going to be the original copy. Oh, my head hurts. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh.